We can divide the process of parturition into three major stages. So let us see what are the events which happen in the three stages of parturition. The first stage of parturition happens to be the longest stage. It is called the stage of dilation. As you can see, it lasts for about 6 to 12 hours. Now, as the name indicates, it is the stage where the cervix becomes broader in its diameter, it dilates. So, the event which happens here is the dilation of the neck of the uterus, which is called the cervix. There is also a phenomenon called water breaking. Now, when the mother is in labor, the first thing that happens is the amniotic fluid is released. So, that is called water breaking. That is because of the release of the amniotic fluid through the vagina to the outside. And there is accompaniment of severe uterine contractions, that is because of a hormone released by the mother's posterior pituitary, that is referred to as oxytocin. Another important thing is during this time the mother will experience uterine contractions very infrequently. Say for example, she may experience one contraction in 30 minutes duration. So 1 in 30 minutes is the frequency of the uterine contractions that is exhibited by the mother's uterus during the time of stage of dilation. So please remember, the stage of dilation happens to be the longest stage in parturition. The second phase in parturition is called the stage of expulsion. Now this is actually lasting for about not several hours, it is usually about 20 minutes to up to about 1 hour. Yes, of course, in several cases it may last for more than 1 hour, but generally it is from 20 minutes to 1 hour. So it is not as prolonged as the stage of dilation. Now during this stage, as the literal meaning itself indicates, expulsion means to be pushed out, to be eliminated from the uterus. So the baby, the fully formed fetus, is pushed out of the vagina. Usually the head is the first one to emerge and followed by the rest of the body. This happens due to rapid uterine and abdominal muscle contractions of the mother who is in labor, and as soon as the baby comes out, the umbilical cord is clipped off and then the baby starts breathing normally. Of course, you all know that the doctor holds the baby in an inverted position so that the baby starts coughing. The fluid from the throat region is eliminated and it starts breathing normally. As soon as that happens, you can see that the umbilical cord is clipped off. So this is the second stage, that is called the stage of expulsion. The third and the final stage, which is the last and the very shortest phase, it is also called the placental stage. It is also referred to as the afterbirth. The placental stage or afterbirth, it lasts for about only 10 to 15 minutes. Now after the baby has come out, has been delivered out of the mother's womb, in a very few moments, that is within about 10 to 15 minutes, the uterus undergoes vigorous contraction, and this powerful uterine contraction will completely expel out the placenta. So this is the phase when the placenta is expelled out, and then the umbilical cord is cut very close to the baby's navel. However, the remaining part of the umbilical cord, which is still adhered to the baby's navel, will shed off on its own. The newborn baby's skin is bluish pink because it is yet to obtain enough oxygen, and you know that the initial stimulus is to cry. That crying allows intake of oxygen to the brain and spurt of oxygen in the body tissues. And another reason for this pigmentation is there is not enough skin becomes bluish or pink is because there is not enough pigment synthesis that can happen after exposure to sunlight.